Welcome again. In this video, we look at the VB model case study, but we look at it a bit differently from a military angle. And we use a military analogy to look at VB model. When a military general goes to battle, he looks at the terrain, he looks at what equipment he has in hand, what is the enemy's strengths, weaknesses, where are the opportunities, threats, and he does a thorough analysis of men, equipment, battleground, supporting allies, and then he devises his plan. Similarly, we look at how Apple fought the first mobile war using a VB model analogy. And this is the battle of Nokia versus Apple in 2007. So it was for a 200 billion mobile market. On one side was Nokia. They had a dominant share in the market, 40% market share and 150 billion US dollar market cap, and headed by Jorma Ollila, and then Stephen Elop was brought in to face Apple. And on the other side was Apple with 0% market share in the mobile market, with Steve Jobs as its leader. But he knew exactly how to play VB models, and he had done it with iTunes before. He had evaluated the terrain and knew it was suitable to build a value ecosystem there. And Nokia had the old model of a phone, which was a 100% transaction. So they were stuck in the old VB model. And Apple came with a new VB model, which was phone plus use, where when you sold a phone, only 70 to 95% transaction happened, and the rest 5 to 30% happened after a phone was sold. They also had experience in the iTunes, and Nokia at a later time came up with OV, but it was an afterthought to Apple iTunes, and frankly, they stood no chance there. Business model of Nokia and Apple. Nokia had a distribution type old school business model where they distributed products, whereas Apple's business model was around identity and a link to customer, where they could have a connect with the customer after a phone was sold. Zero after sales for Nokia, 5 to 30% for Apple. And another point was the quality of the phones. Around 2 to 7% Nokia phones were returned. So out of 100, 2 to 7% phones were returned with defects, whereas in Apple it was just 1 to 2% return. Nokia had a closed ecosystem, Symbian S40 and S60, whereas iOS or Apple ecosystem was partially open. Supporting ecosystem were suppliers for Nokia, and they were more like mercenaries. So they had vested interest in only money which Nokia paid them to participate, but they had no vested interest in the outcome of Nokia winning or Nokia phones being sold in the market. Whereas Apple had allies or developers in the ecosystem, which meant that if Apple sold more phone, they made more money. So their whole ecosystem was an allied supporting ecosystem. And going into battle, Nokia looked like soldiers or the cavalry on horses and swords versus Apple, which was tanks and machine guns. No wonder the outcome was, in 6 years' time, Nokia went from 40% market share and 150 billion US dollar market cap to zero bankruptcy and was sold to Microsoft for 4.6 billion US dollar. And Apple went from 0 to 25% market share and 1 trillion US dollar market cap. Collateral damage, Motorola and BlackBerry went down because of this VB model of Apple. Now, we look at the second battle, which was fought the next year. And this time around, all the other phone makers had grouped under the Google umbrella. Let's look at this. Again, Google understood how to build ecosystem. They already had built a search ecosystem. They have built a number of other ecosystems, and they were sound leadership under Google. Again, they had 0% market share. So let's look at the VB model. Apple was nascent market share. They had just 1 year into the market. Again, the value model of Apple was matched by Google, phone plus use. Then the iTunes was matched by Google's Music. Then the business model was more or less similar to Apple's. they had a better ecosystem, I would say, the nearly open Android ecosystem, whereas Apple had a partially closed, which meant that Android's ecosystem was more open to even the hardware manufacturer or phone manufacturers. And they had 1,300 brands today under their Android ecosystem, compared to just one under Apple. So they had a supporting ecosystem of developers and allies, similar to Apple's. So they are shown in the same color. And it was more evenly matched battle of machine guns and tanks against the Apple's machine guns and tanks. So again, here they went from 0 to 75% market share for the Android and 25% market share for Apple. So it was a more even battle. So lessons learned: when attacked with a VBE model, you respond with a VBE model. The Nokia management team did not understand VBE. I would actually change the statement on the first statement. When attacked with a VBE model, you respond with a VBE model. You respond with a better VBE model. So you have a much more thought through VBE model, which can offer more value, better business model, and a better ecosystem. And it is possible. And Nokia did have an option that time, but they never understood the value of it and never chose to go down that path. Just one side note: Microsoft, who had an advantage over Apple in the computer VBE, they owned 98% of the computer market compared to Apple's 2%, primarily because of a VBE, but they had stumbled on it and it was not a conscious effort. So they never understood the value of a VBE. Now, Apple had been close to bankruptcy and they had built up the iTunes ecosystem. So they had experience and they understood. So neither Nokia nor their supporter Microsoft understood the VBE model, whereas Apple understood and designed the ecosystem for the mobile market. Microsoft did not. Now, the third battle for telecom markets, the first two battles were with devices and operating systems. Now, how will the third battle be fought? You have cloud, data ownership, access and use, GDPR and people's identity, and you can structure VBE models around this. Will it be Amazon, Microsoft, telecom operators, Facebook? Each of these have an opportunity, or it could be some unknown player. So leadership which understands VBE model will be the ones which win. Now, recapping the next VBE model, you have new markets where VBE models will be used. AI companies like IBM Watson and DeepMind are in need of a VBE model. New technologies, electric cars and traditional cars, they are in need of a VBE model. You need to disrupt old markets with VBE models. So either the electric car companies can think through VBE models, or the traditional car companies can think through how to attack the electric car manufacturers on their own turf and beat them at their own game with a better VBE model. Now, you have all these industries up for disruption: telecom operators, IT services, utilities, oil and gas. Earlier, businesses operated in pockets. Today, information is click away, and that is the reason why VBE models are important. This scenario needs VBE models. So think about your company. Think about how your company will withstand the next onslaught with the VBE model, or how your company can build new VBE models and attack. And in the next video, we'll go through the value models. Share your comments and views, and thanks for listening.